So we're very excited today. We're going to be talking about the ant people. We're going to be talking about Mexico and the Mayans and how they're connected to the ant people. And also, we might bring up the mermaids a few times here, but Lisa has been down there in Mexico, and Richard has been tuning in. And we're excited to chat about this because it's important and it is one of the societies that's been very like forgotten and I feel like also very misunderstood. So, how are you guys?
I'm doing awesome. And yeah, thank you. I'm really excited about this one. I'm so excited that Richard is here too, because between the two of you, you're both so brilliant. You helped me decipher some of this thing that's information because I've been in a whirlwind. I love Mexico and I'm in the part of the Yucatan, and the area that I'm staying in was very wonky when I first got here. Like I couldn't get grounded. And even my friend who's with me, who doesn't know anything about any of this, was like, what is going on with the energy? I even couldn't hear birds other than pelicans and seagulls who are right here on the ocean, but no birds, nothing. And now there's birds. So it's been a really interesting ride of I took a photo off my balcony of the beach and saw a picture of a portal. And that portal was this interdimensional, intergalactic portal that's been bringing beings in and out off world. And I've got more photos of portals at the end. I'm excited to find out more about. So I've been going to the different Mayan ruins. It's been on my bucket list. I've been to six of them. So I'm going to show you the first one, and we're going to start with the ant people. Can you see that?
No.
All right. Am I not? Okay. So I have
Did you
to
hit
share.
share at the
I
bottom?
have to hit share. That would help.
Yeah.
There you go. So this is Sail. And this is one of the sites of the range in the range called Puuc, P-U-U-C. And they call it the place of the ants. So Sail, S-A-Y in Mayan is ant, and il is place of. So this was this beautiful palace that was um, that was built. So I don't know, Richard, if you have
I
anything
think it
here.
would be perfect for Richard to bring up what he was saying earlier
Yeah.
right now
Well, there's just so much. What did I say earlier, my Femi?
about all the Hopi and the different people and how the ant people were
Okay.
connected. So, yeah, I think that would be a perfect time right now since this was
Very
named.
good. I can do
Yeah.
this and I will do it with great pleasure, my beautiful Femi. But first, I'd like, because I'm like right now zoomed in into your picture, because Lisa, my beautiful sister, you have such an art of not knowing what you're going click to, and you every single time catch stuff that my eye can see. Look at this. It's not a castle, but this uh,
It's like palace.
Alice, look at the clouds on top. Right there at the center, there's a big poofy one that looks almost like a teddy bear dragon. You can see the
Mhm.
eyes, the snout that goes like a
Yeah.
beak. He's got two legs, and his bum is like almost like a cat ready to pounce. Do you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now look across. Then we have another one that's looking straight at him. That's on my left,
Yeah.
and his face is sideways.
This right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at
Almost a
Yeah.
his eye,
cat.
his nose, his ear,
Yeah.
and he's looking at the other one. There is so much in the clouds right now, looking down at this palace. Like one is like a bringing energy and protecting. The other one is on the side, like protecting, almost like a dragon energy, while the feline is restoring. The middle one would have like a Lyrian feline energy, bringing codes. The other one is looking at the frequency and being a protector. So while one is, I don't know what he's doing, transmuting, bringing down, the other one is looking at the environment as a bodyguard.
So
All right, so
is this what you're seeing here?
right
Teddy
beside
bear?
it,
Okay, but do you
go,
see
go.
this?
Yes, I see it.
With
Yes,
there's like something coming out of his mouth. It's a
blowing.
profile.
Yes,
Blowing.
like
Yeah.
dragon
Yeah.
fog or
Yeah.
breath of air.
Yeah.
Yes, but no, the one I mean is like right beside it.
This
It's
one.
yeah,
This one. Yeah.
it's a very obvious like
Yeah.
beak.
Yeah.
All right, guys, and there's more. I see a snake on the other side. So, like on the complete side, my right at the lower, on top of the bushes, there's like a snake head coming out. I can see his lips, his nostrils, his two eyes on each side, and he's coming towards the camera. There's so much here, my love. Bravo.
Well, they're very much about snake. It's snake
Ah,
and yes, the snake is revered. Yeah.
that would make sense because
Mhm.
he's definitely there. Do you see him, honey?
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
Well, and that's all like knowledge too.
yeah.
Yes, yes. All right. So what I got,
Yeah, go ahead.
yes.
No, what I
No,
was
I'm
going to
sorry to
say
interrupt.
is the jaguar brings the sun down to the underworld at night, and the eagle brings the sun back up to bring for sunrise, and the snake has to do with the sun god.
They're all here.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's incredible. Bravo, baby. You did so good. I love your photography. Every time you catch something like amazing.
Oh, just wait.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm always anxious for your photography.
Thank you.
So as Honey was asking me to, so what I got like this morning in a meditation and a bit of research is that when we talk about ant-like helpers or the ant people, so they would be seen like in Hopi mythology, Zuni legends, which is New Mexico, and some South American traditions. Now, the ant people would be seen to live underground. They teach survival and shelter humans during catastrophes. Now, what is very funny is if we look at the insect itself, the ant, in indigenous symbolism, they would represent cooperation, storing of food, surviving harsh environments, living beneath the earth. Now, to the Maya, caves were not empty spaces. They were seen as the breathing lungs of Gaia, our mother herself. So I found that very interesting, you know. It's like I'm meditating, going, all right, because we are seen as seedlings, you know, we come from the sky and all that. Is that all appropriate? Because now I'm having a new image, and I'm not saying I'm accurate, but I find it highly interesting and deserving of like going more into the ether and getting more information. Honey, Lisa, I think you can help. But it feels like almost like humanity, I don't know if it's some, but it's got in relationship to ant people, like coming from the earth as opposed from the sky. And I was seeing like a little seedling that you put in the earth, and then with water, it starts growing out of our mother herself. I found that just very interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that they live on Earth underground and they also live in other places. Like they've
Mhm.
achieved a lot of space travel, but I think we were commingling with ETs and interdimensionals a lot more
Mm.
when this palace was
Yeah.
there. And I will say, I know someone who's been talking to an ant person recently, and they're really beautiful and they have a tremendous amount of knowledge and they're able to help with the human body tremendously if someone is hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing is you can see the stairs down here and you'll see a lot more. These stairs, and I mean, it's so funny because I'm 5'8" and there's all the local indigenous people here. I'm a good head taller than, so I don't want to use like my foot size as a, is what walking up these stairs. But what I will tell you is they are so steep and so short. You have to walk up them as humans diagonally. You have to go up and this way. You cannot go straight up because your foot will not fit. And the
Wow.
angle is so dangerous. I mean, I hiked up one that's taller than Chichen Itza. I'm so purple, you'll see a picture of me. It's very steep and scary. And for these people to go up and down these, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that.
I
But
feel
I
like
have,
it was an
yeah,
ant
yeah,
people creation.
that makes
So,
more sense to me.
yeah, maybe Richard can ask his pendulum, but
Yeah.
it feels like this was built originally for the ant people, or they built it.
I get it, yes, but I also get something very funny here because I'm looking at this imagery and it feels like it's put on top of another one.
Yeah,
All
those
there were,
Roman columns look
yeah.
really weird.
Yeah,
They
but no, it feels like this was built on something else.
Yeah.
Like a castle over a castle. Could it be whenever we had catastrophes, maybe the ant people would bring humanity inside the earth during a catastrophe. So mudslides, anything. Could this possibly be built like a lasagna over an old other castle,
They
like
have
under
found
it?
they have found
Yeah.
on several of them that there's one of them means built three times, that there's building over building. So you picked up on that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it feels
Yeah.
like a lasagna.
Yeah. Yeah. They kept building over on top of them.
So
A
yes,
Love
Mexican
it as a
lasagna.
lasagna.
this is totally. I really like ant people, and I was so girls, my sisters. I was like anxious for this video because ant people like I needed to. I've connected with other kind of what do you call praying mantis,
The
but
man.
never the ant people. But I knew this was going to be exceptional. Because you know what, Hollywood has given us like the shadow version of ant people. Whether you look at movies like with Kevin Costner, The New Daughter, or The Descent, right? It's like all like there's something very good about them, but Hollywood, like they always do, they invert it to a shadow side. So thank you, Lisa, for because
Yeah.
I can feel them, and I really need to dance with an ant person now.
All right, I'm going to, because I have these in order. I already told you about that. So this is Labna. So this is, there was a two-story palace. This is the entryway, and the Puk architecture is known for that type of entryway, how it comes to that point on the top. Um, so that's just one of the buildings. There's a lot here, so I want to um,
Maybe take my email off of there.
That
um,
felt like a portal, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So here's more of the
Those
steps.
steps look really intense.
No high heels.
No,
It
no, you.
almost feels like for using your arms and your legs.
I did. I
Yes,
had to
yes.
use my
Yeah.
arms and my legs.
And that's what an ant
Absolutely.
would do.
Yes.
Wow.
And they have really, really thin little um, you know,
Sorry about
thin
that.
little things.
Yep.
What do you call them? Hands and feet. They're very tiny.
So this is um
That's
more of
Mayan?
this is Mayan. These are masks devoted to the rain god.
Hmm.
So this is Chaac, Chaac, the rain god. And these were the whole palace is covered in these masks. They're
Yeah.
magnificent.
Gorgeous artwork.
The rain god wasn't so nice, though, feels like.
But the artwork is gorgeous.
Yeah, the artwork is gorgeous.
So I don't know if you have anything on Labna.
Hmm. Well, I'm saying something very funny here, and I don't know what I'm tapping into, but it's like we got all these designs that are basically copy paste. So there's a circle at the center. It's like an open mouth. There's three at the top, mind, body, spirit, open mouth. Then there's the circle there, then the chin under. But then right beside it, there's that square there with a hole in it. So I
Mm,
don't know what that means, because it almost feels like teeth, mouth swallowing, and energy going down a portal. Am I tapping into something
that could be
accurate
the
here?
jaguar.
Okay.
The jaguar, because they did show the teeth and the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, the jaguar swallowing.
And it kind of, to me, it's like people that go to the underworld.
Yes.
What it is.
And so this is one of the not so nice things. So think about Paris, and underneath Paris, there's the catacombs.
Catacombs.
This is a representation of the same thing. And every time someone would be, you know, exited, they would put another one of these up.
So my
Ah,
understanding, and I don't know if this is true, according to the Mayans, there were no sacrifices at any of these places except Chichen Itza.
I
So,
get
but I
that's
don't know if
true.
that's true.
I get it's true, but they were definitely all aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a kind of split society, it feels
Yeah.
like. They weren't, not everybody was happy with what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it was more apparent than the society that we've been in as well, until now. Now it's very apparent for everybody to see. But
So this is more of Labna.
that's really cool.
So, I mean, I'll try and go through these faster if you want, just because there's more. Just if you see something, just let me
So many
know.
things in each one. I mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing, really. Yeah.
Okay. Next one. So this one is Kaba, and Kaba means powerful hand, and you'll see how the masks are all over this one as well. And it's also for the rain gods. Now, I'm not an expert in this. I got overwhelmed with seeing so many at once. So if I'm off on any of these, please forgive me. I might have confused Labna and Kabbalah a little bit, but these masks are all, that whole building is covered in those masks.
That's how they felt like they could let go of their guilt,
Mm,
feels like, by building those things.
yeah, there's
Um,
something really heavy with this energy. Yeah, those
yeah.
four doors, right? It feels almost like creepy what you're walking into.
mm.
Yeah, that one is pretty intense, I would
Yeah.
say.
And I
So,
see so many faces on the top of roof, like screaming faces and agony everywhere, like millions of them.
well, they said that the Mayan people, according to what they've researched, only lived to mid-30s. So they married them off at 13. They had anywhere between five, six, seven children. So they had a very
That was
hard
done on
life.
purpose. That was
Yeah,
on purpose. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
Wow.
yeah.
yeah.
All right. Come on.
which is why I think they disappeared all of a sudden too, as a
Mhm.
group. There were
So,
some things that happened that caused them to just be like wiped out in a certain way.
so this is Kaaba here, and there, I think this is where this was a sundial. So in the center where that was, they actually used the sun to tell time. So there was a big like column that was there.
Well, the picture that you're showing here, if I may, because
Yeah,
this is
go
what
ahead.
Richard does. Like I see stuff everywhere, and sometimes I bite my tongue. But okay, you got your sundial, then you got those four creepy black doors that I would not want. I'm not walking in there. Okay, if I'm
Yeah,
there in person, I'm not going in there.
no.
But look on top of it, the clouds. At the center, it's like we got a head and two wings coming in.
Yeah.
Mm,
It feels like judgment or something. Like if that was a tarot card, that would be judgment. The archangel coming in.
Mhm.
Trumpet sound. Wake up. There's something here. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you were
yes,
clearing a lot of the energy there too when you
yes.
were there, Lisa,
yeah,
and making it brighter again, um, which is important.
yeah. I set that intention to clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Next is this is also, well, I think we did that one already, Kaba.
Yeah.
More. Okay. This one is Uxmal.
Okay, that feels weird.
Okay. Look how tall. Those are steps.
Yeah.
Look how that's that insane. And when you clap, that square on top echoes back at you. Like you can
Yeah.
hear this ping, 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 like that when you clap.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this place is huge.
Well,
And here, this is called the magical pyramid of the magician. And their saying was that a dwarf magical child hatched from an egg in a single night built the pyramid, and he became king.
huh.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's almost like they knew it was like one of the stories of Yeshua, the golden child and the egg.
Mhm.
The egg is kind of like the soul egg. If you think about it, everybody has that soul egg that goes around them, their energetic egg. Um, yeah, very interesting. It feels like he got really ticked off, eventually, and it was destroyed in a way energetically. So what he built was turned into something else.
Mhm.
Yes. And if I may, because I did not know what to make of this, I had a weird feeling. I think Honey Bunny, I'm tapping to the something else after. But
Mhm.
coming back to this with our sister Lisa's egg story, I was surprised. And as you were talking, I'm looking at the cards. I only took three. This thing that was built with that kid was the Ace of Cups, emotional fluidity, the elixir of life, like a dove plunging into the golden chalice of emotional knowing. And there you are, that's kid holding on to himself. He's holding on to like eggs, gold coins, pineapples, pentacles to himself. And it seemed that it was something about healing. You said something, honey, about like a Yeshua kind of energy.
Yeah.
So originally, this was made like something really, really good. And so there's a lot of truth. I first tapped into the imagery with the takeover, I think, but now I'm seeing like the prequel.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah,
make
it's like
sense?
they messed up the energy. He created something beautiful, almost like that movie, The Golden Child, the little Buddha kid.
Mm.
Remember that? Yeah, and he created something amazing, and then they turned it into something ugly, and he was really angry about it.
So
Yeah.
I asked three more cards as we're going on. Sorry to interrupt, but look, I shook my cards. I got the same one again, the Ace of Cups. It was created for something that's very good about emotional restoration. But then something happened about strict boundaries and information and frequencies with the Queen of Swords. And then what happened? Death.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
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 Something happened there.
Okay.
Wow.
So let's do the next one. So here's another photo of it. So we climbed one of the other buildings. This place is enormous. It's a whole huge city.
Chips.
So that's the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it's rounded.
Yeah.
Yeah. That feels more like the original part of it.
That's the
Mhm.
back. So
Yeah.
and it's so funny because if you see like how tall this is, and I was like, oh, so how did they build it? They said, oh, they cut the stones with flint.
No way.
I was like, what?
Whatever.
And I mean, a lot of the stones, not so much here, but Chichen Itza, they are straight. It's like the pyramids in Egypt. They're straight across. Um,
It's like every history book is wrong across
I
Oh,
the
know.
earth.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we look at the clouds, those are ships, guys, huh?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever they have little flat bottoms like that, they're always ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at the one here, the big poofy one. It's like a snake head on top of a ship looking at us straight in the eyeballs.
Mm. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
he's got three protectors around him. There's your jaguar. There's two jaguars and a dragon
Oh yeah.
around this. Do you see the snake head? It's
Yeah.
yeah,
This?
there. Yeah. Okay. No, that's a
This.
jaguar. That's a
Okay.
jaguar. Go to more to
The snake is the big part of it.
the big
This.
poofy. Yeah. Look
This.
at the
Yeah.
two eyes, the nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go to the other side. There's the other copy paste jaguar.
Yeah.
And then go all the way to the other side. That's a dragon staring at the jaguar. Right? No, no. Down, 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 down. Go
In the
back.
same
Yes.
cloud.
Right
Yeah.
here.
There. That's
Yeah.
a dragon staring,
Yeah.
protecting while they're creating.
Yeah.
Wow, Lisa, you need a book.
She does
Well,
need a book, a
we're
picture book.
we
Yeah.
I've been saving them all. I keep collecting more.
We're gonna
So,
collaborate.
yes, we are.
You're
Um,
amazing.
So fun.
so this is the rest of it.
Oh wow.
That's how there's more because I was standing, we climbed up another building, but just it was beautiful just to get a sense of the size of
Hmm.
this. And not a
Well, and
lot,
you guys were well protected that day
yeah.
because
Yes.
look at all those
There was no
ships.
one
Yeah.
there. We were like all of them except for Chichen Itza, we were like almost the only people at each one.
Yeah. That was on
Okay,
purpose.
the first cloud at the top on the left. So
Yeah.
the okay, can you grab your arrow to bring to no
This,
the other left?
the other, this.
That
Okay.
is in tarot card. That would be the chariot card.
Ah.
Look at what's going on. It feels like a pyramid and a horse dragging the Sphinx from Egypt, like
Mm.
traveling. Do you see it?
Yes.
It's incredible. That's a
Yeah, it looks like the
fleet.
Jetsons,
Well,
like one of the Jetsons, you
there's
know?
one. Do you see this below it? It
I
almost
do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two
It's a
of them.
fleet.
Yeah.
It is a fleet. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of really hard stuff happened there. You were there to clear it. You were there during it. I feel
Yes.
like you had several lifetimes there. And you kept trying to clean it up
Yeah.
and you couldn't get it completely done. There was a lot of frustration. Yeah, that's what it feels like. So you went back to fix it.
Yeah. It was either Labna or Kaba. I remember I was at the entrance and all of a sudden, I mean, there was no wind. and this breeze came across my hair was moving. And it was just like, welcome back. And I started to cry. And I was like, that's interesting. So I knew I
Yeah.
had had a life there.
Hmm.
So
Totally.
Well, what I find interesting, Lisa, is that you shared earlier on that when you showed up there, you did not feel grounded. There was no
no,
birds and all that. And yet, when you appeared on the Zoom, I said, she looks so grounded. So something
Hmm.
happened.
yeah, yeah. So this is the back of it. So you can see the rounded corners, and that also, if you clap your hands, the echo through that hole makes that pinging noise. It's pretty wild. But those are
Crazy.
steps. Those are
Wow.
steps. Yeah.
No
You
thanks.
cannot walk straight up. You have to go on like this, like zigzag all
Well,
the
it's
way.
mountain climbing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done mountain climbing. This was scarier.
Really, Boo Boo Bear? Oh my gosh, I'm sure.
It's I mean, I'm not that kind of a climber, but let's see. This is Ekbalam. So this is another one. This one I climbed. Some they let you go up, some you don't.
She's
This
got legs.
and a hat, which I needed. Um, you're so funny. This one is main Ekbalam is black jaguar or star jaguar. So I was curious if there was Lyran in energy here.
I get yes. I feel like a lot of these were built by the ant people.
Mm,
That one doesn't, it looks like it's been altered. Like
Yes.
maybe it was originally, but it's been changed. And not just the little grass hut things,
yeah.
but there's a lot of change that happened.
Well, you'll see. I'll see. I think I have the next photo. Do you have anything, Richard, on this one before I go to the
I
next one
agree
on here?
with Honey. They look too clean. The steps. It looked like it went to the dentist and got like chipped teeth fixed. It was
Mhm.
Yeah.
redone or refixed or something.
So let me show you the next one. Is it this? Did I show? Yeah. So this is at the top. This is the
Wow.
jaguar's mouth. You see the teeth down below and the teeth
Hmm.
above. So this is like the steps climbing up to that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
There's so much, huh? Yeah.
And that echoes of India.
Doesn't it? I thought so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. That feels like some of that same, I mean, they were connected somehow,
So
those two
they say
cultures.
the star is they referred to it as the star jaguar, also divine messages, celestial beings guided to people after for afterlife. That was the whole philosophy.
Hmm.
This was a royal lineage.
Yeah. And that's probably who altered it as well, whoever created this thing.
Mm,
So when
Yeah.
you say the afterlife, are you talking about going like in ground? Because all these places they have inner tunneling, and a lot of like modern day or when history was like rewritten because whatever, it saw like underground like hell or demons and all that. But are you talking about that like before crossing, you go to the
the
what's the word I'm looking
underworld. The
underworld?
underworld, yes.
That
Yeah.
okay, which is not a bad thing, and this was looked highly up to from like other civilizations, right? Because the underworld is a crossing, and you are made to see exactly who and what you are. It's not a spooky thing.
Right.
Mm-mm.
The same thing with the Egyptian pyramids as well.
Yeah.
It's very similar philosophy.
Yeah. Yeah. So this stuff in Mexico came after the Egypt in America was destroyed, is
Mm,
what I'm getting.
wow.
So this and the India stuff happened around the same time. Um, and also the pyramids in the Egypt that we know.
Hmm.
Um, they're very similar in age, a lot of these things. feels like.
Mm,
Yep.
I
okay.
concur.
All right. Let's see. Next. Yeah, this is me turning purple at the top, and that's my friend who was
Oh,
climbing down. You see, you had to use your
Oh,
hand
yes.
because it's
yeah.
literally almost straight. You can't just walk down. I mean, there are people who probably could, but I was really overheated. It was hot, like 95 degrees.
Yeah, you're really red.
Yeah,
I don't do well in the heat either.
I don't.
Oh, I remember you in Montreal, honey.
Oh, it was so hot. I was so like, oh, yeah,
Okay, so next, this is Chichen Itza. This was yesterday.
yeah. That one actually feels like it's been cleared many times.
Yes.
So it doesn't feel as heavy as I expected it to.
Yeah, you're not allowed to climb that. My friend who I'm here with was able to climb it, I think 40 years ago. She had gone, but I think there was a 80-year-old woman who decided to climb it and she fell and died, and so they stopped it. But the amount of people, like all of the other ruins that we went to, were pretty empty. This one, you have to, it's like the Disney World of all of them. I think all the cruises every single, person who comes to Cancun needs it. And so they had massive amounts of buses. So we got there at 8 o'clock as soon as it opened and like tore right there to get there before all the crowds did. And there's no shade, very little shade there. So you really get beat down. So they're very much about the rain gods, um, looking down on them, um, so anything else
Well,
that
that
would
rain
be
god thing comes from not the Mayans, but that other civilization you were talking about.
the
Um,
Toltecs and the Aztecs.
yeah, feels like the Toltecs.
Yes.
It was their instigation, and that's who they worshipped. And it feels like there was a lot of distortion with that rain god.
Yep.
Like he was not the original rain god, he usurped the rain god, and kind of told them things that were not okay,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, just to go into that without getting too graphic, because the Mayans did not sacrifice. They were astronomers, they were mathematicians, they were very much about architecture, building, the calendar. And so what happened is the Toltecs lived in central Mexico, where it's more mountainy and cloud cover, colder and rainier. So their philosophy was that in order for, like, the jaguar would bring the sun down at night, and in order to have the sun again, you had to make a sacrifice. So, of course, if you live in a cold, rainy place, there were lots of sacrifices, and they also consumed them as well.
It feels like there was so much negativity and they were really taken advantage of and almost, I mean, what I would call brainwashed.
Yeah,
And a lot of them also inhabited or were inhabited by a lot of the negative that was inhabiting in this time period.
yeah,
So now those beings are just completely gone. Soul wise, they're gone. So they really were like the shadows of the world,
yeah,
but they were also the shadows of the universe. And they started out with intentions of teaching, being the polarized opposite for
yeah,
teaching. And then it just got more and more and more twisted.
yeah.
So
The-
they are gone from, everything at this point. But
So it's interesting because around Chichen Itza there are craftsmen everywhere, people selling, I mean hundreds. Everywhere you walk, there's people selling stuff. And I took a picture of it and I forgot to put it up, but there was masks, like a lot of the masks that they do, and one of them looked like a reptile, was green.
mm, yeah, I feel like they brought them in.
Yeah.
at some point. And they may have even been that,
Yeah.
that group that you said, and I keep forgetting them. I don't know if it's why, but
The Toltec.
um
The
the
Toltec.
Toltec, they may have been reptilian. I feel like a lot of them were.
Yeah. That was what I got. I don't know
Hmm.
if you have any thoughts on that, Richard.
I get a big fat yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny because my lip here has been having electrical, where my canine Dracula tooth, it's like twitching nonstop right now. So that's a weird sensation. I get a big fat yes to all this.
I think you were a Lyran at one point and you actually fought with them, Richard.
Yeah, because something's happening with me and my emotions right now. And look at Aurelien, he's skipping actually. So yeah, there
Yeah.
was something there. It's a little overwhelming right now, truth be told.
Yeah.
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 Well, we'll go to the next slide.
Yeah. Um, so let's go to, so this is a game. This is a stadium. They had 13 stadiums. It's one on the other side too. And if you see, there's a platform and they could run there. And I don't know if you can see up here, there's a circle there.
Yes.
So if you think of basketball or anything like that, it looked like a rubber ball about this big, it's like a soccer ball, and they would have these games, and they had knee pad, a foot pad, but it was very limited, like only on parts of their body, a hip pad. They couldn't use their hands, and the ball was very heavy. And they would have these matches, and the captains were assigned. They were supposed to be fighting for their god. So the captain who won voluntarily was there because they were to be sacrificed. So it was an honor.
Wow.
It was an honor. Like they played to win. So you'll see that, and there's 13 of those courts there. But I only saw, I think there were two. This is a closer, so you can see that ball, and they ran along here. And then you had the field. So what's interesting is there's a pyramid at the northern end of this that has let me bring this over here, that on it. So he
Oh.
is carved into the pyramid that overlooks that. So the rumor around this, one of the stories is that Christ was there. He tried to enlighten them, did not have any luck. So he left, and he's told them that he would be back, and he put his handprint in places around the area as a reminder that he would be back. So I couldn't get close enough to see the actual, the carving. So that's the picture from the guide.
Hmm. Yeah. And it feels like, I mean, it was the same soul. It wasn't necessarily the same body that most people think of.
Yeah.
But it was the same soul. And as a soul, you look very similar every time you incarnate because your personality is written on your face.
Yes.
So,
So,
yeah,
yeah, so
because
he
they
looked
said
very similar.
he came after the crucifixion. So this may have been, I think you picked up on that it was a reincarnation, but
Hmm.
he had left handprints that he left around, so people would remember that he would come back.
Well, and I don't know what you guys get on this, but I always received that, and especially lately as I've been putting pieces together, the sun god is basically, that is the same soul as Christ.
Mm,
So when the Egyptians were worshiping the son of God, they were worshiping the same soul that was then worshiped and worshiped and worshiped.
Mm.
However, they kept twisting his message. So he was fighting for the good.
Hmm.
He was on the positive polarity, and a few of his, group had been basically polarized to the opposite. And that's who he was really mad at.
Hmm.
So, oh, Richard's going to run and do something. So, yeah, I think that is really important, because everybody has been here over and over and over again ever since Earth fell into the 3D. We've been trying to lift her back out of the 3D.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
because one of the things that the guide said is the Mayans didn't grow beards. They didn't have them.
Mm-mm. No. And he was from another culture, is
Yeah.
what it feels like. Yeah. Um, but he came to show them the way,
Yeah.
and they didn't want to
They
listen.
didn't want it.
Yeah, they didn't want to listen. And they didn't realize that they actually were in the presence of the person or the soul that they were basically
Worshipping.
doing bad things for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy behavior. Yeah.
So this is interesting. You know the book, The Four Agreements with Don. Yeah. That's Toltec wisdom.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I've never read it, but I have heard of it for sure.
I've read them. It's actually beautiful. It's actually beautiful. They've written a couple of them. So I just found that interesting that that was Toltec. So let's see what else. I'm not going to go into those. So this is the last of the ruins. Everything okay?
Yes, I had to go to the door and then I went to the bathroom at the same time.
Okay. So we were just talking about this Christ-like figure. The Mayans did not have beards.
Ah, okay, very interesting. Because who is it that is? Oh, okay, because it's true they were seen with a beard with a bracelet, I think, or something here.
Or
Was that
something.
them?
I don't know if it
The
was them.
imagery, or maybe that was Egypt.
That was Egypt, I think. But they said that the Mayans did not grow beards.
But do we want to talk a little bit about the vision that I had earlier on before we started recording, where
Yes.
as we were talking about this, like basketball, soccer of the
Hmm.
times, I had a vision of Wilson,
Yes.
that soccer ball that came in from that movie. What is it called with the actor I can't stand, Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Uh,
Castaway.
Just away.
passed away. But that's what I saw, as we were
Yeah.
talking, that soccer ball with the red bloody hand on it. And then Hanks would say, "Oh, it's my Wilson," and all that. And we thought it had a lot of symbol
Symbology.
G from Hollywood and what was happening, but it could go even further back because I had no idea at this time that they had these kind of sports going on. So now that we're talking about Yeshua, I call him Sananda because I don't resonate to Jesus. I remember the energy Yeshua, but under the name Sananda, and something about that hand on the ball. And you were
Hmm.
saying there were handprints.
Well, apparently this Christ-like figure left his left hand fingerprints around to remember that he'd be back. So this could be a distortion. And the captain of the winning team was sacrificed. They
Yeah.
voluntarily did that.
Wow. Honey, what do you feel about that? My soccer ball, Wilson.
Well, I feel like the hand thing, it was like the blood of Christ,
Mm,
Yeah,
you
that's what
know.
it is.
Yeah. So, and the thing we have to remember is that so many things have just been distorted and twisted for so long. that really the only way through it is love and to also forgive and let go of the past. So, as you are walking through all those places there, you are basically shaking loose any of the bad, things that had happened. And it's kind of, beautiful because it won't be as hard to be there in the
Yeah.
future for
Yeah.
anybody.
Well, I definitely
Yeah.
purged after I left there.
Yeah.
Took me
And
the afternoon.
if I may, I took 3 cards while just before Honey finished speaking around all this, and it's quite impressive because talking about all this, it was a stick in the wheel, a third wheel party, bringing heartache. But then we tamed the beast by the mouth, and then we turned our back to what no longer serves and walked away from
Mm,
it. Ah,
yeah. All right.
yes.
So then magic happened. I was very, very hot, and I went to a place called they have these things called cenotes. So you see that greenish blue water. So they have these pools of water in caves. They're all over the Yucatan. They're magnificent, and you can go swimming in them. And this is one that I swam in, and I came out and I was taking pictures of it, and look what showed up. And I have a bunch of photos.
Yeah.
I know, there you go.
I mean, is that
There's the
Photoshop?
golden egg right there. Yeah.
Wow.
So many beings. And the golden egg is just like, I mean, that's beautiful.
And not only my camera picked it up, but my friend who was with me, I saw her when she was taking pictures. I'm like, it was showing up in her camera too. So it wasn't just my camera, like a flare lens, flare or something.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
so
that's not a
there's
lens flare. I
no,
know what those look
so
like. That's not one.
um
No, 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 no. There it
uh
is again.
Yeah.
yeah, but look at the portal below.
Oh, wow. And you know what it
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like? It looks like the feminine Awaya, like
Yeah.
rebirth.
And it looks
Well,
like there's a door in the middle of the little golden egg.
yeah.
There is a door.
And
Yeah.
I'll show you. So I don't know if you see on the palapa up here, there's two black vultures. There were actually three of them watching over us, and I'll read to you what that meant. Um, Profound transformation, purification, renewal, guardian or spirit guide, turns death and decay into an or negative experiences to new growth, to cleanse our lives, let go of the past and rise above insecurity.
Yeah.
And there
Wow.
were
That's what
three
you
of
are
them.
doing.
Yeah.
You were that person.
Oof.
Can you zoom in on that little golden thing? Is that possible on your computer?
This
That's
is about as
so
much as I
cool.
There's a
can.
lot happening there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like
Um,
his own little
it's a
personal
messenger.
spaceship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a messenger. I
Yeah.
also get like, yes, like a spaceship, little person, door opening. At the bottom of the water, the Y, the feminine, the divine feminine is rebirthing. The portal is opening, and the three, they're not crows, but I'm gonna call them crows.
Vultures. Yeah.
Mind, body, spirit, the Holy Trinity is happening. And look at the colors around the sun. It's purple, it's lavender, it's rebirth. There
Yeah.
is so much happening here. Boo Boo, you really need a hardcover coffee book of
Oh,
your own.
I have so many amazing photos like this. So here's the other thing is, and I've been talking to Honey about this. While I've been here, in my dream, it woke me up. You know when someone whistles like really loud with their fingers? Had that in my head in the middle of the night. I sat up. Then I was out on the balcony, and I was hanging up. There's no dryers here, so you have to hang all your clothes out to dry. And all of a sudden, I got one of those whistles again in my head, so loud I had jumped, and there was no one around. And then I said thank you because I knew it was the ETs. And I said, I'd like
Mm.
to hear that again. And then all I got it again.
Yeah. They're really grateful that you've been there because it's
Yes.
really helped with that portal.
Yeah.
And also, you've been clearing all kinds of energy.
Well,
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out why I was here in the beginning because it felt really desolate and weird. I have to
Yeah.
say, it was kind of hard to be here in the beginning. And then check out that portal um, at the
Oh,
bottom.
look at the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that there was a photo of that on the beach next to the building I'm staying in. It looked just like that. And so that showed up again in another photo.
So
So that
fun.
little white ship at the bottom, is that like you captured something or was it actually like something? No, that's your camera lens that caught that, right? At the bottom left?
Yeah. And then look at the two yellow stripes.
Yeah. Can
Yes,
you
I
see
see
that?
them.
Yeah. So those are something very significant. Part of like that little blue dot, that is the lens flare.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, there is something there. That's why it's white.
Mm.
So, but the something that was there, it's like the lens flare hit whatever those two lines are,
Yeah.
it hit that and became white. But the lens flare is the little blue dot.
Yeah.
So
But it feels
really
like a
interesting.
vortex. Do you think it's a vortex?
Yeah, I get yes.
Yeah.
Well, I
Because
get like three cards like around this because I also have, I see a cross symbol and we've been talking about Yeshua and all that in the background on the stone. So regard to that little ship minus the blue lens, but the two lines there, I got something that says adventure here with my crows. Embrace adventure as a journey of exploration and discovery. It adds excitement and growth, and it does look like a ship you want to paddle. Then I got journey coming in. So, journey, life is a journey filled with experiences. Cherish each moment and the lessons they bring. Third one is manifestation. Turn dreams into reality through focused effort and determination. Actions create tangible results. So I say yes to a portal, and it is to bring new sense of adventure and passion and excitement in order to like go on that boat, that ship, and down the river, and adventures, new adventures arise. It's a
Oh,
portal.
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then let's see that one. I think I have one last. Oh yeah. This was a close up of one of the black vultures.
Oh
So there
yeah.
were three of them. They were just sitting there staring at us.
They're like guards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting guards.
So
That was so gorgeous. I love all those. Yeah. There's
Yes.
so much going on there.
yeah, so I literally I got home late last night. I started to go through my photos. I passed out while I was doing it, so I woke up really early trying to go through all my photos. So I was like, how am I going to
That
put
was
these in order?
gorgeous.
But
Yeah.
yeah, and the other thing is the Mayans had 3,000 books, over 3,000 books. The Spaniards came in and supposedly burned them. I don't know if they're at the Vatican or what they did with them. Um, there are
Stolen.
there are three books that are open to the public, and one is in Germany. They refused to give it back. And then I think there's two in Germany because they said, "Oh, you Mexican government, you allowed all this to happen, so we have to protect it for you."
Mm.
And the Spanish have them, but there was an archaeologist who's also a linguist who figured out how to translate them. So he's been, holy kitty. So he's been
Cute.
translating. I don't know if he was trying to translate those books, but I'm sure there's tremendous amount of knowledge that's there. So also, what's interesting, I'm curious. The Mayan calendar uses Venus as part of the calendar. So there's a Venus
Mhm.
cycle, a moon cycle, and the sun cycle. So they combined all three. So they got to 364 days or 5 days, but there were 5 days that didn't have names to them. It was just interesting the way they
Mhm.
had, and they had all their months. I didn't get a chance to really write it all down, but I was curious as to why Venus.
They were more heart-based, the Mayans, They
Yeah,
feel like they were kind of the sweeter people there.
yeah,
Um, so Venus was, they were channeling that love energy. Yeah.
And then, like in the pictures we saw, like almost the yoni, the sacred, the divine
yeah,
feminine.
yeah,
That would be
Mhm.
Venus, I'm getting.
yeah.
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 The
So,
Divine Mother.
yeah,
Yes, the primordial one.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Do you want to pull some cards maybe as we end? Just kind of
Of
see
course, I
what.
can do everything you want me to do, baby love.
Awesome. Let's see what the trip really represents for Lisa and then for humanity.
Got
Because
it.
it
Oh,
definitely, she cleared a lot of stuff.
under deck was Gaia. Okay, I picked up the whole deck and this one didn't come out. So
Wow,
you
the
did
Empress.
something really good for the primordial one,
Mhm.
sexy one. I also want to say before I shuffle, babies, because it's very hard for me to not babble. But I got what you went through, Lisa, there where you visited in Mexico. It's pretty much what you did, honey, when you went to Hawaii for
Mhm.
the volcano
Oh, yeah.
Haley. No,
Pele.
Haley.
Pele.
Hmm.
Haley.
Yeah.
Similar energy. Both daughters went to heal something. It was
Yeah.
very good, and you're very grounded, Lisa. Huh? You
Mhm.
felt there, it
Yeah.
was chaotic, there was no birds. You said there was no birds, and then look at the end, you had these vultures. Three, mind,
Right.
body, spirit, Holy Trinity. It all
Wow.
comes full circle.
Yeah. But this area that I'm staying in just felt desolate. It was the weirdest thing. It looks like there are these beautiful condos on the water and you go a block in and there's rubble. Like a war had happened here. It's the
Mm.
weirdest thing.
Well,
And
and you were
um
tired
and I was
the whole
exhausted. I
time.
mean, I
Yeah.
go to bed at like 11, 11:30, sometimes midnight, and I was going to bed at 8:30 and like I couldn't wait to get to bed at 8:30,
Because
like
you were
barely.
building it out.
And
Mm.
yeah, and apparently I built out or stabilized the portal that was right
Hmm.
here because they needed it before they came in for the cartel
Yeah.
because there were the cartel members had demons that needed to be escorted out, so that
Yep.
portal had to be stabilized for them to be able to do that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so let's look.
All
Why is
right.
Lisa there? What was her purpose? Our beautiful, gorgeous sister. All right, so your purpose. Wow, you went there already to tame the beast by the mouth, a major arcana. This is Illyria, and it's like a very strength card. So your purpose of every all your experience was to tame something by the mouth, very strong. There where you're gonna reunite mind and body, the lovers, the Garden of Eden, no more divide. It's all about unity right there. And then you have, look, what did I say before? You showed me one of your pyramids or buildings, and I said at the top it looked like
The
either the
wings.
judgment or
Hmm.
that, like the wings in the hand. That's where you, and look, that's a pyramid. Come on now. Gaia, before her rebirth, that yoni I saw in the water, she's crowning. Gaia is crowning. I am loving this. Wow. Strivan next. All right, so it was also for you to develop even more stronger spiritual knowledge as a teacher, an advisor, okay? Because this is not always about Khazarian Mafia. We're talking about why did you go there and the purpose. It's higher spiritual teachings at your heartbeat. It's in a time of juggling, okay? And so everything is juggling right now. We're transition, whether it be from one simulation to the other or Gaia 1.0 to 2.0. It's a transition. Things are changing because Gaia is crowning right there. You are a messenger. That's why you were there. You bring information, thought, mind, come into action. Very useful. For the future, it's to help everyone that feels on the outskirt of being lack of abundance, homeless, the vagabond. There where we turn our back to something that no longer serves and go through the 40 days a night of the desert, searching for something that because people, this is it. People are very jaded. Society, humanity, right now, they're not happy of what they're looking at emotionally. But there we go with the fourth cup coming in. So there is something very special that you went there to restore. There's been a lot. Yes, this is it. You went there with all these beautiful three strength, the lovers, the Queen of Pentacles, and it was to help being on the outskirts while we're turning our back to something that no longer serves and we are jaded at what we see. Clarifiers, you bring in the elixir of life with the Ace of Cups. There's maybe like that blackbird, but I'm seeing it more the dove, you plunging into the elixir of life, helping Gaia restore her emotions, to have the higher ground at warring as humanity. And then we end with, are you ready for this? It's gorgeous. Restored passion, integrity, fiery, the hero, the fire horse. This is a divine spark of the universe. So you were seen almost like unbeknownst to you, undercover, and you had a calling to go there, and it felt desolate. It felt empty because I think it had to be that way for you to really connect and not have distractions. You had a big purpose, Boo Boo Bear, and you succeeded it. Mission
Yeah.
accomplished.
Wow. No, that's really cool.
Yay.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Mhm.
No, it's been really cool, and it's funny because I have wanted to come down to the Mayan ruins for years since I was in my 20s, and I actually cried at a couple of them. Like it felt like a
Mm,
homecoming. And I've never, I do a
yes.
lot of past life regressions. I've never actually experienced a past life regression there, but I felt like there was a homecoming there.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
This was beautiful. Thank you for sharing all of that with us. And,
yes.
let us know how you feel about that in the comments. Like if you are attracted to seeing all of that, and then if you feel like you had a past life down there, because I feel like a lot of people have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, and I think it's a great way to let go of any fear of the ant people.
Yes,
They're
because they
really
actually
beautiful.
rock.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Loved it. Thank you so much, you guys.
Ah,
This was
thank
beautiful.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.